Pisces, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Pisces, in today's reading, I am going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. Also want to let you know that I will be doing a live reading this coming week. Look on the community page if you want, would you like a mini reading as I go live. Also, look at your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a better picture of what's going on in your reading also. So let's get started on your reading. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's see this. All right, this is going to be for Pisces for their highest good. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. This is for Pisces spirit for their highest good. Wow, okay. So Pisces, I feel like you need to redirect your energy. I feel like at times you're, like I feel like you can't really see clearly that you're blocked with what you're wanting to do next or stuff like that, because you can clearly see in the picture that they've run into a roadblock. So really, really clear your energy. Try to get grounded, stuff like that. So it's good. And then you have wondrous universe, walk into beauty. So I feel like you need to have faith in everything that you're doing, that no matter what, even though there's been a blockage maybe in your energy, that you're still going to be moving forward, to trust the universe, to trust whoever you believe in. Okay. Very nice. All right. So Pisces, do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Pisces, 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 Pisces. One for the current. You have the Hangman. Really have patience for everything, Pisces, and try to look at things differently in a different perspective. Okay. Situation. You have the Six of Cups. You've been thinking about childhood memories, reminiscing, going through a healing, huge healing, being very emotional, huge healing here. For the past or now, you have the Four of Swords. It's time to rest now, Pisces. I can't stress this enough for everyone because they've all been getting these cards. Really take the time to rest. Okay, it is time to rest right now. You're going through a huge transition. You're going through healing. It's time to gather up your energy and rest. Okay, because that might be because you don't have your energy is like really like stuck. So really take the time to get grounded or just rest. For what's hidden, you have Judgment card. You've changed a lot. You're not the same person that you used to be. You're like an awakening right now, because it's not the same anymore. Things have changed for you. Been going through some stuff, so we'll see. For the hopes and the fears, Pisces, you have the Four of Pentacles. There's still something that you're holding on to. Maybe you're holding on to some kind of regret. Maybe you're holding on to the past, or maybe you're just holding on to something that you don't want to change. Okay. One for the what you need to do now. You have the Devil card. Definitely feeling stuck, going back to old patterns, doing the same thing over and over. We'll see more when we get the rest of the cards. And then one for what you need to work on. You have the Two of Wands. I feel like you really are trying to make some kind of decision now. You're making plans but not really saying anything about things. I feel like you need to have patience for everything. There is travel in here also. One for the outcome. For the outcome, you do have the Ten of Wands. You're very exhausted. I feel like you need to start setting deadlines for yourself so that you can go on and continue these deadlines. Like really just put a limit to what you're doing and what you're carrying on your shoulders, okay? Because you have a lot on your shoulders right now. You may think that it's not, but it is. It's affecting you, and I can tell by these cards. Wow, okay. And at the end of the tarot deck, you do have a decision that you're making. Not only do you have the Two of Wands, there's just a lot here that it's going, because you also have the Two of Pentacles. Really start to take it easy because you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that, you're trying to be here for everyone. And it's time for you to try to be for yourself, okay? You do have the Seven of Cups, definitely making decisions, but they're asking you to be realistic. They're asking you to really see the realistic of everything, like everything that you want. You know, you may be wanting all this material stuff, but be real with yourself. What can you achieve? What can you do? What is it that you want to do? Okay. You also have the Four of Cups here, and the Four of Cups is definitely saying that, you know, you're very disconnected at this time. I feel like you're not really looking at a lot of things. I feel like because your energy is really shifting back and forth, you're tired, you know, you're exhausted, you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulder. I feel like, you know, you really need to start focusing because you are very disconnected. There's been opportunities around you, but you haven't been seeing them. Also, Pisces. Wow. All right, Pisces. So do take what resonates with you, leave the rest, what doesn't, and let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. There's been a lot of movement in the energy right now with all the planets moving around. So there's a lot. It's affecting everyone. So it's just not you. It's affecting everyone. Okay. It's everybody's different. Everybody takes it on differently. You have the Hangman, and why is the Hangman here for Pisces? All right. So with the Hangman, I do feel like, you know, you are really you are definitely need your patience, okay, about everything. I feel like you need to be patient about everything. I feel like you could also be waiting on something, maybe something to come in or just something. You're waiting on something. I also feel like you just need to see things differently now. And I feel like you are looking at things differently. You're trying to. I feel with the Knight of Wands here that you really need to take it easy. Okay, really try not to rush into things. Really not to try not to rush into everything that's going on. You know, because there is a lot of fast energy here, but the fast energy is showing that you're moving forward. I also feel like with the Two of Wands here that you are definitely making plans, but you're really not saying anything about it. I feel like you want this, you want that, you want to do this, want to do that, but you're going to need to make decisions very soon. Um, um, I also feel like you just need to have patience. I feel like you are definitely wanting a lot, but you just need to be careful and not rush into anything that's going on. Okay, because you know you could be making plans, but you also need to like really slow it down too, because there's going to be a lot of fast movement because you want a lot of things. This Two of Wands is here, and it's something. It's where you need to work on also. So it does make sense. Like really slow it down. He has a Six of Cups here, Pisces, for the situation. And why is the Six of Cups here? Wow. So there is definitely a healing that you're going through. I feel like you're being very nostalgic about things. You know, you do know you're trying to handle everything that's coming your way. There could have been endings, there could have been grief, whatever it was. There's definitely just something in your life right now that you are going through healing, but it's making you remember a lot. It's like almost as if you're in your emotions a lot right now. And that's what the King of Cups is doing to you. The King of Cups is saying, this is in a situation where you're working on. The King of Cups is saying, hey, you know, try not to be so much in your feelings that, you know, you're making decisions when you're in your feelings. Like if you're mad at the world about this and you're mad about that, well, you're making decisions that way. And you shouldn't be putting your emotions in them the way you're doing. And they're asking you to try to keep your emotions balanced. Okay, try not to be harsh with people. Try not to, you know, just not be mean. Okay, try not to stay in your emotions is what they're saying. Okay, because you've been through a lot, and you're feeling a lot right now. There is a new path here that's coming up because you know you're going through this healing, you're going through this judgment, and a lot of things have changed for you. So there is a new cycle here. Just be cautious on everything that you're doing right now. You have the Four of Swords here, and it is now, I do believe that you are very exhausted because not only do you have that Four of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. You're not paying attention to things, Pisces. Really need to start focusing, okay? Really take rest also. It's time to take rest. You've done a lot. You've been doing a lot. It's time to find that inner peace and just to rest, okay? Catch up on your energy. You have the Judgment card here for what's hidden and why is the Judgment here from a card. the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Wow, okay. So with the Judgment card, like I said, you are definitely going through this wake up call. You're definitely changing a lot. You're not doing things the same way that you used to, because you have changed a lot. Things have made you change. So just know that. Definitely a good card, because this is like, you're moving on. You're leaving the old behind. So it's very nice. With the Seven of Wands, I'm sorry. Really try to leave whatever's not making you happy. If there's something there that's not, that you're dealing with, that is keeping you down and making you feel frustrated or sad, really leave that and go towards something that's going to make you happy. I feel like you need to stand your ground, and I also feel like you need to let other people help you. Like, ask for help, set boundaries, whatever it takes, but really let others help you also. You do have the Knight of Swords here, definitely moving forward. I feel like you know how to handle things, definitely. You're very strong, you're very wise. But just try not to rush into things, okay? Try not to be rushing ahead, or, I feel like you are also going to have a lot of ideas. So just like really be careful on how you're doing things. Don't just jump into anything. Really take your time, because right now you are definitely not seeing as clear as you should be. Okay. You have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles, one more card. You have the Queen of Wands, and you also have the Three of Wands. Wow. So with the Four of Pentacles, I do feel like, you could be holding on to something very tightly. Could be that, you're holding on to, the change that's coming through. Like, things are changing, but you're like really wanting to stay in the same place, and they're asking you to go with the changes, okay, to try to adapt to these changes that are coming in. Even though it's hard to find your courage, your confidence to continue to keep going on them, okay, because you need to. No matter what, things are going to change. So you just got to go with the flow. Learn to let go of the past, of these things that are just dragging you down, and to move forward. You do have the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands here. So the Three of Wands is talking about, you're ready to move forward. You are, even though you've been afraid of this change, you're still going to move forward, no matter what, because you're going to find your courage and your confidence to do that. I feel like you're being very quiet about your plans for the future. I feel like, you're also waiting for your ships to come in. And I also feel like, with the Queen of Wands here, I do feel like, you're being very assertive. You continue to keep going no matter what. You don't let anybody push you down or bring you down. And I feel like you're doing your own thing, and talking about your own thing, and being your own person, which is very nice. I like that. The Queen of Wands, she doesn't let nobody darken her light. She doesn't. Whatever is going on, she's still in high hopes. She's very assertive. She's like, I'm not going to let you ruin my day, that kind of thing. So that's very nice, Pisces. You have the Devil card here. And why is the Devil here for what you need to do now? All right. So you do have the Devil card here, and I feel like at times you do feel stuck. You feel like, you want to move on from things, I feel like you're wanting to move on to different things, like a different career, different things, because not only do you have this card, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Hangman. You want things differently. You work very hard, and you want things to pay off. All your time and your effort, you want it to come in and pay off. I feel like, that with the Hangman here, I also feel like, you could be waiting on like some kind of promotion or some kind of raise here. And I do feel like it's coming in, that your hard work is going to pay off. But you also need to leave these old patterns behind at the same time. You need to try to leave these old patterns, these habits, whatever it is that's keeping you from going towards something you really want. You really got to try to leave that behind, okay? Because I feel like you're stuck, and I feel like at times for somebody out there, I feel like they're stuck at work, like they don't want to do that job, and they're waiting for something better to come in. But I feel like all the time and effort that you've been putting in there, I feel like it's going to pay off. So just hang in there, okay? Hang in there. You have the Two of Wands here for the what you need to work on. And I feel also too, I have another message for this particular section right here. I feel like if you consistently work at it, you're going to achieve what you want. That's another message for whoever it is for. Like really work at trying to leave these old patterns behind, that even if it takes time and a lot of effort, you will leave things behind, okay? That was for somebody. One more card for the Two of Wands. Wow. All right, so with the Two of Wands, definitely, I feel like there's some kind of traveling here. I feel like you are trying to make plans. You're trying to figure out what your next step is, but I feel like you need to clear your energy first before you start going forward on this, okay? And I feel like you need to start resting before, so you can get a better, clearer picture. Have patience for everything, okay? I feel like you're very overwhelmed with things. I feel like you definitely need to set some kind of deadline, because you are carrying a lot. You're carrying everybody's feelings, you're carrying everybody's weight, problems, you're worried about this, you're worried about that, and you really need to leave that behind. Set deadlines, set boundaries, whatever you need to do, but you need to let go of all these things, okay? Because it's going to weigh you down. And, you may not know it right now, but it will, okay? So just be careful on how you're doing all that. And then you're not really paying attention, and then your energy is really, really, like you really need to clear it, Pisces, okay? There is a decision here that you're going to make very soon also. I feel like you need to stand your ground and speak your truth about everything, like how you're feeling overwhelmed, like it's too much. Like you need to speak your truth about it. Like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go over here. I don't want to do this. I want to just quit my job and just rest for a little bit, that kind of thing. And I feel like you just need to speak your truth about everything that's going on, because you do have the Ace of Swords here, and there is a truth here that is needing to be spoken about, like how you're feeling. I also feel like there is going to be some kind of breakthroughs here. Feel like you're standing strong and you know how to handle everything that comes your way, definitely, but you still need to set those boundaries where you're taking on too much, Pisces. You do have the Ten of Wands again here for the outcome. Wow. Okay. Really start focusing, you guys. Really start focusing on everything. You do have the Ten of Wands here again. So really overwhelmed, carrying a lot on your shoulders, trying to do everything all at once. And it's really need to slow down. Okay. Really need to slow down. Really pay attention, because I do feel like you are, there's opportunities around you that you're missing, because I feel like you're very discontinued with things. There could be a lot of opportunities around you and you're just not paying attention to them. I feel like you're definitely making a decision, a choice here. So, and you're also trying to keep everything leveled. And it's very difficult for you. And right now it's the time to clear your energy, because you're trying to balance everything all at once. I feel like you need to start taking it easy. The main issue here is that you need to rest. You need to rest and clear your mind and clear your energy. And I do believe this Four of Swords is now. But, keep doing what you're doing. But rest, all your time and effort in what it is that you're trying to create and do, it's going to pay off. But right now, rest and be careful on how you're doing things also. All right, so Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. God bless.